Welcome to episode 23 of Last Stitch Effort. My name is Pacasha, and this is my knitting podcast about using up my stash. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. What I'm wearing, this is my Sassy cardigan, I think that's what it's called, by Bonnie Deroches. I've made several of these. This one is made out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in Cobblestone, I believe is the color. It's just kind of a cropped cardigan. I did make some modifications. I made a split cuff instead of, and I just didn't sew it all the way down. And I did the same thing at the hem. Sorry, there's a few little bobbles, but all in all, this yarn hasn't pilled too badly. And then I used up some, well, I didn't use up anything. I used a few like antique buttons from various grandmothers' button stashes. Anyway, I've made 3 of these. This was the second one, and I have a light gray one also that I think I've worn on the podcast, but the third one didn't make it. It wasn't made in very good yarn and just got shabby looking pretty quickly, so I don't wear it. Anyway, I'm also wearing some hand knit socks. They're the ones I made a few months ago. Prairie socks by K. Jones out of my own hand dyed yarn, and I actually just put them on, so they're not dirty. God, they better not be already. But yeah. So I don't know if you can get sparkle, but it's a sparkle yarn. It's got some stellina in it. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing. So the numbers are quite disappointing this episode. My stash numbers. Well, they're disappointing to me. It may not be to you. Things did go a little wonky. Anyway, so right now my stash stands at 41,966 grams. The number of my Ravelry stash is 269, so that's up from last time. And all of that is about 839 50-gram balls of yarn. That's a lot of yarn. Anyway, that's where I'm at. That's how much I have to work with right now. Spoiled for choice. I feel like I make big strides, using things up, and then I set myself back pretty quickly, but this is why I'm sharing this with the world, not to shame myself, but to document, maybe learn something, maybe inspire myself for sure. If not you, that would be great. Anyway, and I like to use up leftovers and see the numbers move, but maybe I'm just not in that season right now. I've only been podcasting I don't know, 6 months or so, and I just feel like I know that the numbers have gone down in those 6 months, so I'm not too discouraged. I know that it's just relearning. That's what it is. It's just relearning some habits, and I feel like I've been kind of in that phase for a few years, and I would like to make a bigger push to not do a little retail therapy, but I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. That's an excuse everybody uses, right? Anyway, I do have a finished object. So I've been working on kind of a set, and I made a hat. I forgot to bring it in here. And then last week I showed you this finished cowl, which is the Hapkerchief by Gudrun Johnston. And I made mittens. Or I finished mittens. I was working on them last time, so you've seen them, but now they're finished and washed and blocked and dried. They took forever to dry. I don't know what was going on with that, but These are Winter Woodland by Kerin Dimeler-Laurence for knit picks. I used a lot of leftover it's Jamieson and Smith, the greens and the purples. I think that's Jamieson's of Shetland down here in the blue, I think. The gray is a mixture. I kind of ran out and I just had to grab another little nugget of a similar gray to finish the gray areas. The cream undyed is Palette by Knit Picks. I did not finish any of these colors, which was kind of the whole point of making the set and using up all the little bits. This is what the backs look like. And the thumbs just kind of jut out the sides, but they fit pretty nicely. They're a little tighter than the mittens, so I think, I don't know, I think I need to loosen up on that circumference. I do have smaller DPNs, but I find that I knit really tightly with those, so I don't really use them for fingers and teeny tiny circumferences. Anyway, I think they turned out nicely. Yeah. So that's done. Didn't use up a whole lot of yarn. I think I finished 1 or 2 yarns, but I don't know if I have that taken out of my Ravelry yet as all used up, because that's how that number goes down. Yeah. Anyway, so I finished those, and I still have leftovers of those colors, so I don't think I'm going to continue with anything else in that set. I think they'll get absorbed into some other project soon. I hope. I don't know. Next, I want to talk about spinning. Last time I had 4 ounces done, and now I have 8 ounces of singles. This is Hello Yarn, Show Me Your Garden, Polwarth Tussah. This was from, it's a club from like 2020. And I'm going to apply these 2 together. I spun these by kind of folding out the top and going back and forth across. So I will have really long colorways because I did that with each, I want to say braid, but they're not a braid. Each 4-ounce section has a different like gradient. They were very similar, but so the colors aren't going to match up, but I think it'll still be cool. So I just wanted nice long color runs, and if they matched up a lot, that'd be great. If they barber poled a little bit, that's fine too. And I will be doing Andrea Mowry's Traveler Cow. I think I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah. So once I get these plied together, that's what that will become. Or that's the idea anyway. We'll see what happens. I was going to start plying this yesterday, but I like to ply in one big go, like one fell swoop, because I don't want the cats getting tangled up in my singles for my Lazy Kate, and they don't normally mess with things, but I knew that my stomach is growling like crazy. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My cats don't usually get into things, but I know that I just didn't want to take that chance. So anyway, 8 ounces of singles and soon to be plied. The next spin I have, which I haven't started, I'm going to apply those first. I have a lot of bobbins, but I just don't like to have a lot of projects or things get mixed up for me, and I can't keep track of what's what, how I spun things, how I apply things, whatever. The settings on my wheel, that sort of thing. So the next spin is Hello Yarn. This is another club colorway from 2019, and it's a mixed BFL and Tussah silk blend. This is Lanthorn, and it is so pretty. It's just like blues and browns and grays, which are awesome. Ugh, I don't even know how to show you this without, I don't want to take it all out, but anyway, I have another 8 ounces of that, and I will probably spin it similar. I may cut it, or not cut it, never cut your fiber. I may tear it up into smaller color sections, so there's a little bit more mixing. I feel like that fiber has is a little closer in value. So maybe it'll blend a little bit easier and not jarring, or I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of the plan right now. So, works in progress. This is my Syyslaulu. I gotta finish this so I don't have to say that word anymore and embarrass myself. Anyway, it's a shawl by Heidi Alander, and it's a garter stitch asymmetrical shawl. And I got a lot done. So I was down here last time I recorded. So in 2 weeks I finished. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a lot of knitting. And I'm almost at the end of my first 100-gram ball. So once I get, I don't have much left. Once I get to the end of that, I'm going to count and see how much further I need to get to start the lace, because you have to have a certain number to get the lace repeat to fit in there. And Heidi Alander's patterns are really good at, giving you the information you need to easily customize, like if you want more garter, or if you want more lace, or how big you want it, or how much yarn you want to use, that type of thing. So hopefully I won't be done next time, but I don't know. Did I say, this is the second time I've recorded because my voice has gone out a few times, but this is Voolenvine, Gosling, the colorway is Mooncusser, and this is an alpaca and merino silk blend, I think. It is so soft and beautiful, and I'm so excited to have this. It has like a nice, it's like squishy, but it's also just so drapey, like in just the right way, not too much, just enough. Anyway, got pretty far on that, pretty excited about that. Did a lot of this in Dune. Dune was an easy one to knit in the theater, because the sand is so light, so if I could hold it up if I needed to make sure that I did the increase right or whatever. But yeah, I got a lot done. That was a long movie. I wish I put a marker in before the movie, because probably a significant percentage would be done in Dune. That's fun. I also kind of needed another like fairly easy project that was easy to carry around. And so I started a pair of Scrappy Socks. So this is the first one, and I haven't woven in the ends yet, but this is leftovers from Nomadic Knits, I believe. This is McGonagall on her trusty sock. She doesn't do Harry Potter colorways anymore, but yeah, I had like half a ball left. I think maybe even less. I'm not sure. But I knew I could get another pair out if I did contrasting heels, cuffs, and toes. And I don't actually like to do that much, mainly because I don't want to have extra ends to weave in. Sometimes I just want to do a sock all in one go without worrying about another ball or whatever. But, for leftovers, it works out really well. And this was one of my favorite yarns. I just love it. I think the colorway is pretty, and the actual yarn base is quite nice for socks. So I finished one sock, and then I have like the cuff, and I just joined the stripe to the second sock. So, and I'm doing a 1x1 twisted rib cuff. I do standard heel flap, I don't know, and I do a wedge toe, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I will definitely have enough to do another sock and maybe a little bit left over, but chipping away at my sock yarn leftovers. And they're pretty. I like them. I wear my other pair in that colorway all the time. Like, I know I've worn them twice in the since I've recorded, because I know I've washed them, and yeah, I like that yarn. Anyway, so since I recorded twice, I don't know if I have said this already, but I started a sweater for Mark. This is, I think it's Brooklyn tweed. It might be Jared Flood. I don't know. And it's Ranger. It's a Ranger cardigan for Mark with Knit Picks Wool of the Andes and Cranberry. They sell this color in like big packs of 10 and you get like a discount. So I have 2 bags of those. So it'll be nice to at least get 1 bag of that out of my stash. I started it and then kind of put it on hold because I couldn't find the right DPNs. I'm fairly organized with my knitting supplies, but DPN storage is just nothing that I use really works very well. I've tried a lot of different things, and I don't know. If you have suggestions on that, let me know. I have them in a roll. I've had them like clumped together with hair ties or with those little plastic spirally things that Knit Pick sells. I've had them, you know, in like a pencil cup, you know, whatever, organized by size. I just like, nothing seems to work well for me. The rolls, you know, the like this type of thing, I guess, is the best option, but I have a hard time. Some of my DPNs, especially the larger circumferences, they just don't fit in anything. Like, see, these are this, I don't know. Like, usually they're just too big to even fold this flap down, like you can see. But this one's working out really well. I actually just got this from Blue Rabbit on Etsy, mainly because of that handsome dude right there. Anyway, that's kind of working, but once again, I mean, it's just not enough room to hold all my needles. Like, I would like for all my needles to be in one thing, and they just don't all fit like the big like the range that I have and that I use. Like, I mean, I knit a little bit of everything, so I can't just keep small needles or sock needles or whatever. Anyway, working on that. How many times have I said anyway? So I think that's all I really have to talk about. I know it's been a while. It might be another week. It might be another 2 weeks. I don't know. I feel like maybe I have more to talk about, and not super organized, so I don't know. I got the new Woolenvine copper wing shawl pattern. I'm not sure. I don't copper something, but it was just released, and so that may go on my needles fairly soon. I would like to keep it at 2 projects again, so I need to kind of, I don't know, prioritize and finish up these socks and that shawl, and maybe have just a simple thing in Mark's sweater for a while before it gets too hot and I can't work on that. Yeah, so it may not be too exciting for a bit. I can't think of anything else to say. So at that, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope spring isn't too allergy inducing for you like it is for everyone I know. Yeah, that's it. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you, and see you next time.